here. I hope you guys are having a good morning. So, I wanted to kind of talk about this. I think the United States is over. I don't see a future in this country. Stuff has been happening here that is so devastating to being peaceful, and we've lost this country. We have. We've lost her. We've lost the United States. The things that I've been seeing in Canada, um, the things I've been seeing in Canada, the things I've been seeing in Europe, the things I've been seeing here in the States, this country is dead. I don't think it'll come back. The divide is real. The country is dead. Phil Drake, how you doing? This country is dead, bro. I mean, it's gone. Like this is it. Like this is the end of the United States. The end of coming to the United States and living a normal life. It's the end of relations between all races of our country. It's over. I mean, whoever is in charge at the highest levels of government have have done their job on dividing this country to its maximum capabilities. Whatever entity, persons, or person that has wanted to divide this country has succeeded. I'm doing kind of okay. Not really, but the point I'm making is I am so stressed out seeing people in violence. I'm tired of seeing people attack other people. I'm sick. I'm actually getting sick thinking about it. I'm tired of it, bro. I miss the 90s now. I really, I'm gonna be honest with you. I genuinely miss the 90s. I miss when everything was more simple. I miss having my friends at school. I miss having basketball, playing basketball. I miss playing on my fucking Sony PlayStation. I miss being in my room at my old house. I miss watching SpongeBob, Courage the Cowardly Dog, The Simpsons back in the 90s. I miss, everything. I miss my life. I miss going to school. I miss elementary. I miss my life, bro. I miss my life. I know it's too late now to go back in time, and I miss all the little kids that I used to talk to. I miss that because I was a kid at one point. I miss that. I didn't realize that 20 something years later that the United States would fall to shit. You know? I didn't realize that suddenly all of a sudden America would turn into this crap hole. I didn't realize that. Like, I didn't know anything about that when I was growing up as a kid. I didn't know that this was going to happen. I missed going to Alfy.com, AOFY.com, and chilling out, playing some basic games. Like, I miss those days. Like, I miss going to McDonald's, going into the play places. Well, they would call them play places. I don't know if they still do. Yeah, I'm sure they do. And just playing through those fucking plastic tubes. And all the other little kids, and we would fucking, go up and down the jungle gyms and everything. I miss going to the zoo when I was a kid. I would trade everything I have right now if I could go back again and live it again, but change just a couple of things when it comes to like life in general. But I really miss the 90s. I miss the late 90s and mid 90s, and we're never going to get that back. I miss when I had friends of all colors and creeds. I miss just being able to get along with people. That's not happening no more. The divide in our country is so extreme that it just cannot be attained anymore. The happiness of our world is declining rapidly. And I feel like it's a Soviet era type of decline where everybody was fucking depressed in multiple countries at the same time. So I do have a feeling in my gut, deep down in my gut, that I would rather go back to the 90s. I would rather go back. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in 2021 or 2020. I don't care about all the technological advancements. I want to go back. I want to be a kid again. But I can't. I want to go to the simple days. If I knew what I knew now and went back to the 90s, I wouldn't be acting up in school. I would have stayed in school. I would have stayed hardcore in school. I would have even had better grades than A's. When I was offered a college tuition in 2007, I didn't take it. I had a free, not, I don't know if it was a tuition, a grant. I think it was a grant to go to San Antonio Alamo College or whatever. And I didn't go. But I had the opportunity to do so because I had really good grades. And I didn't go. I wanted to be a pilot. That never happened because of my mental illness. Mental, whatever. At this point now, I don't even believe it's mental illness. I just believe it's external sources at this point. Internal and external sources, meaning internal, meaning something physical in the brain that's not exactly 100%. And then external, being stress triggers, just in general, everything that had ever happened to me as a kid. But if I could go back, I wouldn't let it get to me because if I knew what happened in the future, then I wouldn't let it get to me, if that makes sense. Like, I would know what would happen, kind of like predict everything without telling anybody. But I just can't go back. I want to go back to my old school. I want to experience it all over again. I want to experience as technology advanced again. You know, it was funny seeing all the technology advance from dial up to DSL to cable to fiber, all those years, and just kind of watching like SpongeBob chilling out at the house, watching the Rugrats back on the 90s Nick Nickelodeon. Like, I miss those days, bro, and I'm not going to get them back. And there's no way to get it back. I miss the old Cartoon Network, I miss playing basketball for like 6 hours a day. I would literally, sometimes I'd come home from school after 3 p.m. and I would literally play basketball until about 7 p.m., bro. 4 hours straight of playing basketball. Non-stop, 100-degree days, it didn't matter how hot it was. I used to fucking pound the fucking hoop and I would fucking make almost a lot of shots. I just miss those days. And I miss the days when my uncle was alive and he would take me places and do stuff and it would be a lot of fun. And I'm not going to get those days back. And now, fast forwarding, I think I'm having a midlife crisis. I don't know how much longer I have. I don't know if I'm going to live to 60 or 50. Maybe not even 40. I don't know. It all depends on if I get into a car crash or I get killed or if I die of natural disease. I don't fucking know. Anything can happen. But the point I'm making is it's just like I'm already halfway to my dead point, if that makes sense. Kind of. And I'm scared. I've reached that age where I'm not a kid no more, not a teenager no more, and not a young adult anymore. I'm old. I can't believe I'm saying that. Okay, I've been on YouTube for over, what is it? 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. I've been on YouTube for 15 years. That's 1/3 of my life, almost. Do you understand? That's just a little bit under a 1/3 of my life, bro. Or half my life. Half my life that I've been alive. I think I started YouTube when I was like 14. 13? Not maybe younger than that. I don't know. It started in 2005. I made a channel in 2005 in like November of 2005, and then I realized that all this time has passed. 15 years. That's a long time. That's a lot of years. That's a lot of years, man. I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, that's a lot of years. So we got 2021. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. That's almost 16 years of YouTube. 16 years. 17 and 13. I started YouTube when I was about 12? Yeah, maybe no, maybe 14. Wow, that's a long time ago when you think about it. I was a fucking teenager when I started visiting YouTube. And MySpace. I had a MySpace profile. Then I had a Facebook profile. Then Twitter in like 2009. And all of a sudden the world just turned to shit. I kind of, you know what's weird is I kind of knew that this would happen in like 2010. Like I noticed, I I didn't tell anybody this, but I kind of noticed that everything was kind of starting to get a little bit more, I guess, consistently crazy about 2010. And then I went to California and I loved it. And now it's very dangerous. It's been dangerous, but it's real dangerous. And I think to myself, man, I could do anything to go back to the 90s. Like, it was just a basic time. You put the VHS and the VCR, please be kind, rewind. And I remember there was a Blockbuster store, and we would go to the Blockbuster store all the time, through the double doors. And I would always get movies and The Lion King and shit back in the 90s. Dial up was still a thing, and I would dial into AOL, and we had like a monthly uh, subscription, and it was dial up. That was before even DSL was a thing. And I remember it back in the old days. I remember it dialing in. It would be slow as hell, but it was fun. It was fun to connect and watch the three cycles. You know how it would say connecting or dialing, then connecting, and then connected, and have like an exclamation point. And then it would say connected at like 28 KB, or if you're lucky, maybe 40 something KB, but I don't remember it saying that. And sometimes it would say 50. But it never said 52 KBs, which was the maximum on that modem. I mean, the dial-up was actually, what's weird is dial-up used to actually be kind of fast. A lot of people don't know that. But I mean, not like real fast, but kind of fast. Like, you could load stuff pretty fast sometimes. It just depended on the website. But, I mean, shockingly, a lot of stuff loaded decently fast. It's kind of shocking, though. But remember, the graphics were very, minimal. So, I don't know. The country's falling apart. Everybody is just kind of declining, and the mental stability of people, physical stability of people, everything else is declining, guys. This is very depressing, by the way. Very depressing to see all these people so angry and hurtful. It's fucking depressing, bro. The schools have just taught them trash, man. It's fucking shitty what the schools have done to these younger generation, man. They've ruined their lives. They've ruined their futures, and they're just gonna be hateful and spiteful, vengeful, and that's all they know. They're not gonna know nothing else. They're not gonna know any traits. If a comet hits the Earth, they're not gonna know how to survive. Not even the basics. So the older generation dies off. Millennial generation, not the early millennium, and boomer generation. Yeah, everybody seems to hate them, but they'll be the last ones that know what to do. We might have a civil war. I don't know about that. But we're definitely going to have a war that is going to be a world war. I'm scared about that. But I don't think I'll be alive to see that. I don't think so, but I don't know. Everything is moving pretty fast, so I don't actually know. But we're definitely moving on to something very dangerous and unprecedented, never seen before in our lifetimes that we've been alive. And, I'm hoping the boomer generation is teaching their children and, their adult children how to fucking cope with survival. Because the way everything is going across the world right now, I don't think it's going to go back to normal. I don't think it is. I think this is something more serious and needs to be taken seriously by more people. And it's not just about the United States, it's not just about Mexico, it's not just about Canada, it's not just about Europe, it's not just about Africa, it's not just about Australia, it's not just about New Zealand. This is something bigger that we don't know about. This is something to do with, I don't know, but it has to do with something bad, okay? And I don't feel comfortable with the way things are moving in the trajectory of our human species. It may not be long until the human species is extinct. It may not be 100 years, it may be in 500 years, but I do think the humans are going to make a grave mistake within the next 1,000 years, which will probably cause the destruction and a complete obliteration of the human species. And I think that'll be the end of it. Because there's just a few people in power across the world that want that to happen. And it's very disturbing. These people don't realize that they're going, to meet their maker one day. And, their hearts are eventually going to stop. It's going to happen. But their hearts are going to eventually stop. And they're going to meet their maker one day. All of us. It's scary to think about that. It's scary to know about that. It's scary to know that just within 10, 20, 10, 20, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, maximum 50 years, most of us here will be in graves underneath the earth or ashed. That's scary to think. It's the truth, though, but it's scary to think that not too long from now, we're literally not going to be breathing on this planet. We're going to be gone. And nobody will remember us. Just as all the people that have died in the graveyards in the past. Unless somebody visits them, their memories are forgotten. The people that have died in the past have been forgotten. Unless you're still visiting your grave sites. But just to think that, when you die, that for the most part, if everybody in your family dies and you didn't have a family to procreate with, it's scary to think that your whole legacy, what you've done throughout your whole life, you've lived 70, 60, 70, 80 years, 90 years, 100 years, and then just to think that all of that is gone within seconds, and then you get a gravesite if you're lucky, and to think it's all gone from this earth the second you die, and nobody will remember you. It's a scary thought. That nobody will, when I die, nobody will remember me. Nobody will remember me when I help or try to help people with their ailments of mental illness or physical ailments, or try talking to them down and stuff. It's scary to know that, in 100 years, nobody will remember my dad, my mom, my family, if I don't have kids. And it's scary as hell. I just think it's scarier than hell. I know this is stupid to think about, but when you think about the long-term picture of the end of the human species and then the end of us, the current generation, it's scary to think that we'll be gone in less than 50 years. Me for sure. Maybe not for you guys, but definitely for me. I know anxiety will kill me by the end of age 70 or less. Probably. It'll probably be either heart attack, stroke, aneurysm, liver failure, or something stupid. It'll be something in that stupid range, or stroke, or car accident, or a shooting. I might get hit by a random bullet. You never fucking know. I mean, it could happen. I mean, I grew up in a neighborhood where there was bullets in the 90s. Sure, there was dangerous times, but for the most part, I enjoyed my upbringing, except for a few things that happened to me as a kid. If I could do anything to go back to the 90s right now, I would literally do just about anything if I could. But I know it'll never happen. It's just it's not going to happen. But it would be nice. I'm sorry guys that I'm just wasting your time here, but it's really weird to think about the actual future of our country, the future of the children, the future of the teenagers that are currently alive in the whole world, and just to think that we live on this planet for an extended period of time and we die, and then where the hell do we go? We go to heaven, we go to hell, we go to nowhere. Do we go to another part of the universe? It's a fucking weird fucking thing when you think about it. Like, if you actually think about it, the human species is really fucking weird. And then the weirdest thing is that we are smart enough to at least think about our own demise. A lot of people cannot say that. A lot of people can't say, "Oh well, there's no other species that think about their death other than the humans." I don't think dogs think about their own demise. I don't think that others, maybe apes do, but I don't think humans do, or humans do, but not any other animal. Maybe dolphins. I don't fucking know, bro. The point I'm making is you're supposed to live life as good as possible until that end of time, EOT. But at the same time, it's scary to know that just in however many years, you won't be here anymore. That doesn't make me anxious, but it makes me worried because it's like, so do I go to another planet? Do I go to another solar system? Do I go to another galaxy? Do I go to another time? Where the fuck do I go? It's like, bro, I understand that when we die we don't remember nothing, or before we were born we don't remember nothing. But it's kind of scary to think. It's like, when you actually think about the big picture, you're just like, where the fuck do you go when you die? It's kind of mind-boggling to think that. Like, it's like, do you go to Earth number 2? Do you go to a planet? I mean, where the fuck do you go? It's like weird, dude. The way the whole fucking universe is set up is very fucking strange. I mean, according to some telescopes, you got other galaxies up there. You got like millions and billions of other weird planets. You got a fucking sun that fucking throws hydrogen at fucking millions of degrees, which is weird. I mean, how the fuck did all of this bitch start? Like when you actually think about it, it's kind of like you look at the sun, you look at the universe, and you're just thinking to myself, I think to myself a lot. I'm like, how the fuck did we even get here? It's like, yeah, okay, even if scientists here on Earth say, oh, it's because of the Big Bang. The weirdest thing is to me is, how did the Big Bang start? How did the Big Bang start? How did nothing come out of something and something come out of nothing? I will always fight that till my death, because I don't understand. If we're here on this planet, what is our purpose of life? And why do the people that control the planet want to destroy it when there's only a certain amount of years that they have living on this earth? So why do they want to destroy which they have a limited amount of time to live it? to begin with. Do you understand what I'm saying, guys, or no? Or does this not make sense to you? Does anybody understand this, what I'm talking about? Anybody? Guys, can you even hear me? Is anybody even listening to me? Probably not, but I'll still talk about it. So, we live in this ball. And, I look at everything on TV and I see people protesting. I see people rioting. I see people destroying stuff. I see people killing, murdering, looting, pillaging, raping women. And I think to myself, why are these people so psychopathic? And then I think to myself, it's like, why don't they think about the bigger picture before doing acts of heinous crimes to other humans? But then I think to myself, why do dogs fight each other? Why do cats fight each other? It's because we are an inherently violent species. We are a violent species naturally because you see other animals, you see dogs, you see cats, you see lions, tigers, bears, you see snakes, you see scorpions, you see spiders, you see amphibians, you see fish, and they all attack each other to eat. And I just realized something. Even though reptiles are reptiles, the little Komodo dragons or whatever, you got gators and alligators, we're all the same. You fight to survive. That is the primal instinct of any human. But the scariest part is some of the humans, I guess, that are the violent ones, don't have any empathy for other people because they have the traits of a survival only. That is a problem. That is the only thing that I can come up with as a conclusion. Is anybody watching this? No? I mean, it don't matter. Okay, so I've come to the conclusion that the reason why there's rape and murder and shootings and stabbings and immoral things that happen on this planet is because all the species kind of do the same thing, except humans are more evolved to use tools to do it. But we are an inherently violent species. You have to understand that that's the reason why there's psychopaths, sociopaths, killers, people that do, kill people in cold blood. And now I realize the actual truth. It is because some of these people have gene mutations that are older than newer gene mutations, because I guess we go through the mutation period of hundreds of thousands of years, and I think some people maintain that gene to have a violent tendency towards people, and that is because humans back in the old days used to do it all the time. The only reason there is what's called morale is because us humans are, like I said, inherently violent. That's the reason why they have to make laws to kind of curb some of that violence. But at the end of the day, humans are notoriously a violent species. This is the reason why humans are caged like animals, the ones that commit the most violent crimes. It's because they have a violent tendencies. And that violent tendency is a gene that our ancestors have had for hundreds of thousands of years, if not millions. We used to fucking use basic tools to um, get food from either other humans, steal from their land, and that's what it was. That's the reason why the human species is an inherently violent species, and only over the last maybe thousand, maybe 2,000 years, our species have kind of chilled out a little bit with the killings. But there's still some people that still have the gene mutations that have violent tendencies towards other humans, animals, and whatnot, because that's just what they do. That is what happens when, especially, that's what happens because we're an inherently violent species. We are, all of us. Even the nicest people on the earth have violent tendencies. If a nice person was probably set, let's say you put them in a room and they have no food or water, maybe water but no food, for more than 3 weeks, and they see another human, they might start thinking about eating them. That's because we're a violent species. But the thing that makes us better than most other species in some ways is that we have the right to choose to either act on those thoughts and actions or to respond to a violent from another species or human or not. That's what makes us um, more, well, makes us better than other species because we have that thought to say, no, we're not going to do that and we're going to try to get along here. That's what makes us different than other human or other humanoid ash creatures. In other words, just dogs, cats, whatever. Dogs act out of instinct. Cats act out of instinct. Humans act out of instinct, and or if they feel scared or threatened, they will use deadly force. And I understand that being nice to people may or may not help your situation in most cases when you're in fear for your life. And I think that's the reason why we are so inherently violent. And we need to figure out a way to curb the violence in our world. And the only way to curb the actual violence in the world is you have to get along with everybody of every race, of every color of human. Because remember, at the end of the day, all of us humans, we breathe the oxygen in the earth, the nitrogen in the earth. That's all we have. I mean, we don't really have anything else. Carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, whatever. Carbon dioxide, well, we exhale carbon dioxide. I mean, you know what's the saddest part is? We only have each other. We ain't got nobody else. Maybe we have a few alien friends that come visit the Earth once in a while via the UFO videos that the government put out. But I'm just saying, pretty much we're by ourselves. We may be being watched by another species, but we're still by ourselves because there's nobody else here. When I'm driving on a road, in this country, you're by yourself. There ain't nobody out there. There's nobody there. There's nothing there. It's just land. And there's nothing out there. There's nobody there. When you're in a city driving, you're surrounded by other humans, but they don't know who you are. You're alone. They don't know who you are when you're driving through a city. Like if I drive through Los Angeles, you're driving through LA, but nobody knows who you are. You're by yourself. You're driving on a remote road in New Mexico, you're by yourself. You're driving on a remote road through, I don't know, Saudi Arabia, you're by yourself. You drive on a country road in the middle of nowhere, Ohio, you're by yourself. You're driving through a remote road in Oklahoma, Texas, whatever, you're by yourself. You're not with other people. You're really remote because there's not that many humans in the area because they tend to be towards the bigger cities. Sure, you might have some country folk within a 5 to 10 mile radius of you, but you're still by yourself. And it's just the whole thing is weird, okay? The whole life of the human species has to be an amazing feat of engineering of some sort, okay? We procreate using tube and an entrance, and suddenly we have another kid after 9 months. And we it's just really fucking weird. The whole thing about reproduction is fucking amazingly weird. Okay, you insert the thing, and you have fun with your partner, and then all of a sudden you have a baby, and then your job as a human is to take care of that child, bearing child, whether it be a female or male, and you take care of that child, and you teach it what you want to teach it to make sure he or she learns proper etiquette, I guess you could say. So the human race is a very interesting species. We are very interesting, I'll give you that. But to quell violence, that's not really going to happen. There's a difference between violence and evil, but there are a few humans that just literally want to see the world burn. And then there's the humans that don't want to see the world burn. There's people that are very friendly. They want to see peace and they want tranquility. Like the Buddhists, I don't know how to say it. They don't want the drama. They want the peace. But unfortunately, there's just a few psychopaths out there, physically and mentally. They are psychopaths. They want to see the actual earth burn. They love it. They would rather have volcanoes every few hundred miles blowing up and watch that. They would rather see that happen than see a peaceful blue sky because of the oceans of the earth. And it's scary to think that. It really is. Because that's not how you advance the human species. And I don't understand how 5 people are watching this live stream. I'm literally going on a tangent about the whole universe and how it's working. I went from the end of the United States ranting about the universe. I'm sorry about this, but this is how I feel. And I want to express this on my YouTube channel. Because I don't see nobody else on YouTube doing this. They don't express the big picture of the universe. They only express locally. Like, they don't express things like this. And it's bizarre to think that we live on such a weird fucking planet, right? That's what we call it. We live on this air ball of air and rocks. It's so bizarre. Like, when you actually think about it, how how there is radiation, how there's a magnetic sphere, how the sky stays together to protect us from the cosmic radiation of space. And it's amazing how the earth works. It's amazing that there's actual magma below us. It's amazing that the earthquakes happen in the world. It's weird, but it's scary and dangerous, but it's weird how that works. Like our earth moves, and it's alive in a weird way. It's like the earth fucking moves, bro. It's weird, dude. I'm sorry. And, I know it has to do with magma movement, but at the end of the day, it's still fucking weird. We got fucking skies that move, we got clouds that form, and they cover the sun sometimes, and it's just really fucking weird. Like, genuinely weird. And we have these now, the human race has created technology like this cellular device here that runs on a battery that can last hours and hours, which we didn't even have that back in the 90s. We never had anything this fancy to make a camera. Look at this. We have a fucking camera on a fucking flat screen that can do some of the most amazing recording capabilities that any other camera back in the 90s couldn't do except for Zoom. It's amazing how far technology has come. I can communicate with anybody in any country right now, just about, except for North Korea and some others. But it's amazing that I can get on a phone call with somebody and talk to somebody on the other side of the world within seconds. And if it's through like Skype or Facebook or something stupid, then it could be 5 seconds or less. As soon as you click that connection, it works through the internet, and all of a sudden you got yourself a connection through face call or whatever the hell they called it. I don't really use it. I don't really like FaceTime or Facebook Messenger. But when you make a phone call, it's kind of like you're talking to another human on the other side of the planet within a second or two. and it works great. I used to call my Aussie friend in Australia all the time. I used to call him and we would talk. I had a friend that I can't get a hold of now. He's in London, but I cannot get out. Not London. He's north of London, but I can't get a hold of him because I don't remember his name. Luke, 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 Lukey, Lukey. Yeah, his name is Lukey. I can't get a hold of him because I don't remember his account details, and he's probably changed it after so many years. But I used to have a friend down in Australia, and I can't get a hold of him because it's been so many years, and we never stayed in touch. And it sucks. I used to have a friend here in Texas that I can't get a hold of no more. I don't know what happened to him. One day he was my best friend, the next day he was gone forever. Never see him again. It's weird. And I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden their family moved out or something. I don't know what the fuck happened, but I never saw them again. Their whole family literally ditched. So I don't fucking know what happened, bro. I just want peace on this earth. Does anybody agree here? There's 5 people watching. Does anybody agree here that we need peace and not violence? Does anybody agree with this or no? We live on this spectacular blue ball and we're destroying it, bro. And I'm not talking about green gases. I'm talking like us as a species. We're supposed to come together and be peaceful, not violent. Why can't people understand you have a limited time on this planet? And you're supposed to make the best of it. I don't understand why people don't understand. Your time is limited. You have a literal death clock ticking. Everybody on this planet, every single person watching this stream has a literal death clock. Everybody, every single human that's alive right now, you have a death clock. Obviously, it's not a real death clock, but you have a timer, okay? As soon as you were born, you have a timer to when your heart stops, when you either develop a medical illness, have a medical illness, or you just die of natural causes from age. Because our cells don't know how to replicate each other. Oh, look at me. I'm a cell. I'm going to die, motherfudger. Like, it's kind of like, it's just fucking weird, bro. I'm sorry. You're telling me that humans can't live more than 100 years, but turtles can live 200 years in some cases. Okay, that's weird. Why is it that turtles can live over 200 years sometimes and humans can't go past 100? I think that's really fucking weird to me, by the way. I don't know, man. Turtles can live like 200 years, and humans can't live more than maybe 100. If you can push it, I mean, if you're like really fucking healthy, you might be able to push it to like 110, 120. I just don't know, man. I don't understand why people on this earth don't realize that their time is limited on this planet. And I don't understand why people want to be violent, want to be hateful, want to hurt people's feelings, want to hurt people's physical, mental illness. Doctors, the way they treat other humans, it's just derogatory, flaming, and it's a terrible thing that people could do that. You know what I mean? It's like, just some people just want to watch the world burn, man. And I just wish that they could have a second thought in their brain and think like, oh my gosh, really, my time is limited on this planet. Should I spend it hating on people for the rest of my life? Or should I spend it trying to make peace with people so that when I die, I'll be remembered? Because when you die, what happens? Where do you go? What do we do as a species when we all die? The common thing is they take your lifeless body and they put you on the ground 6 feet or more, and you get put underneath the ground, and then what? Hi Joe, how you doing? I hope you're having a good morning, Joe, I'm on a existential crisis here. I'm having an existential crisis and thinking about the whole picture, not just like locally or nationally, but universally, if that makes sense. Regardless, guys, regardless of machines that are found or whatever, the point I'm making is the human species is really weird, okay? We are very limited on this planet. We don't have much time to live here. And people want to act violent and they want to destroy and they want to hurt other humans. They want to traffic them. They want to do all these evil, nonsensical things to other human beings. They want to control them. And I don't understand why. These people literally have less than 120 years on this planet. Most people only live to about 70 to 80 years old. But the point I'm making is, maybe if you're lucky, 90. But most people don't live that long, especially if they've been stressed out their whole lives. Like me, I don't think I'll be living that long. But the point I'm making is, it's scary to think that they would rather try to control and hurt people than to let them live their lives until they die and peace, if that makes sense. Because all of our time is very shared on this earth. It's very limited, man. It's a limited free trial. This is not an unlimited free trial. You don't get 9 lives. You don't get 20 lives. You only get one, and then that's it. You don't got nothing else. It's a fucking weird ass fucking situation. We don't have no second chances. If you get into a car crash and you get crushed, you don't get to come back magically out. You don't recycle. You don't just appear again and be like, wow, that was weird. No, you don't come back as the same person. It's like you get transferred into another body, or if you get transferred into another dimension, or if you get transferred into another galaxy or universe or another planet. Maybe you turn into a different species when you die. I mean, we don't fucking know because it's weird. The universe is weird. And people don't think like this. They just think out in their little box and that's it. They don't think like that. They don't think about the long-term universal consequences of their actions, how it affects people. Like, they don't think about that. They just think locally, but they don't think globally. That's I'm taking that from Biodome. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that movie, Biodome. It's a stupid movie. It's a really stupid movie. But it's a really stupid movie. But I love it. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm a big fan of Biodome. I wish they would have made a Biodome too, and made it funnier. I'm sorry, but it was a funny movie to me. I want my blank in blanks most of those years. Okay. Alrighties. What the fuck is this? F off, Cash App. Okay, so anyways, guys, the point I'm making is, I know that I'm ranting here for an extent. I've been ranting now for 48 minutes. This is just a stupid ranting video. I know that not everybody will agree with me. And some people don't care what I have to say. I understand that. Because that is their opinion. That is their feelings. But my opinion is, we have to come together as a human species, or we will be dead within the next 1,000 years. That is my conclusion. Somebody might drop an HBOMB, and it'll end the whole human race because feelings, because of, oh, let me control these people. They don't think like most of us do. The general population of the United States, general population of the world. We just want to live life and, have a job, do things or whatever, and then die after 90 years. And it's scary, like I said. It's scary. That's why when I have panic attacks, I don't want to die, but it feels like you're going to die. And that's the reason why I wonder, like, why is my body reacting so violently to nothing? Literally nothing. My body reacts to anxiety like abnormally. It's weird. Like, why do I have such strong reactions to anxiety for over 15 to 20 years now? I have been suffering through this shit for 15 to 20 years. And I think to myself, why does my body react so violently to anxiety in situations that have anxiety? And I think to myself, but why? It's weird. I know I have some issues with my adrenals, but at the same time, it's like, bro, chill, like body chill, like bro, Unfortunately, just that's just the human species is, in my opinion, and I'm gonna say this with all honesty, I think we're a fluke. Um, I think maybe there's been some sort of gene mutation that should not have happened. I hope, I'm hoping to anything that the human race was not originally a violent species. I was hoping that we were originally a very intelligent species, and our life is more like maybe like um I don't know. I was thinking that maybe the humans were actually smarter back in the older days, and we're living in this world of dumbness down, dumbed down, if that makes sense. And idiocracy. The movie Idiocracy kind of sums it up. What if humans were smarter back in the older days? Maybe when we first got here to this planet or whatever. Like maybe the higher IQ was back in the old days, but I could be wrong. I don't know because I wasn't there. But maybe the humans were smarter back in the older days and we became dumber as the generations passed. I mean, shit. There was people who were on a goddamn sailboat who traveled the seven seas without any real, uh, you know, guidance. They just traveled the oceans randomly, not knowing where they're going, and they were able to make it on this planet or make it onto this, all over the world, and move people. I mean, that's pretty smart for being, with no technology and some, maybe a compass, maybe a compass, a general knowledge of the way maps work, but I mean, you still have to explore it to get a map. So, I mean, it's pretty impressive when you actually think about it. I mean, the Aztecs were very smart. I'm pretty damn sure that the Romans, back in the old days, were really smart. I'm pretty sure of it. With all the shit that they've created, they're probably pretty smart. The Egyptians creating pyramids thousands of years ago, that is very, very, very impressive to me. Even if it was through slave labor, it was very impressive that they were able to create those pyramids. I don't care what anybody says. That is fucking weird, okay? Pyramids are fucking weird. That's another weird thing about the humans. What the fuck are the pyramids? I've seen the pyramids in Mexico. What the fuck are the. It's just weird, okay? Why are there pyramids in Mexico? And why are there pyramids in Egypt? And you're gonna tell me that thousands of years ago, the Egyptians came over to Mexico. They traveled all the way to Mexico to go to Mexico to create a pyramid. I don't know. The human race is just a really weird thing, man. And I hope for the best for everybody here. I hope the best for everybody on my channel. I hope the best for everybody on the internet. I hope the best for everybody, no matter where they're at, no matter who they are and what they represent at the end of the day. We have a very limited time on this earth, and I wish people would try to be more positive and try to be more active, and not obviously think of everybody as just to hate everybody at every second of every single day, and just try. I know it's hard. I know a lot of people have so much hate in their heart that they will never change their thought patterns. But I hope there's a few out there that will think positive and try to remain intelligent, try to remain hopeful that good things can come out of bad things. And I really, really hope that for every single person on this earth. I hope you guys enjoyed this really long um, Polly Shore chews off a blister off another guy's foot. Dude, no, a lot of people don't like Pauly Shore, but I do. Okay, his humor is kind of like a dry stick, kind of bland. But I actually prefer Pauly Shore's stupid humor. Okay, Biodome is funny to me. I don't care. Maybe I'm just a dumb human, but I really enjoyed Biodome. I really enjoyed Resident Evil. I really enjoyed Men in Black. All the Men in Blacks except the last one without, I don't know, without Will Smith. It's kind of like, no. But I'll tell you some movies I grew up with that I really enjoyed. I liked Casino. Okay, I liked The Fifth Element. That was a really good movie and one of the best movies ever made. You know, to this day, they still have not made a movie like that that's been that good. Minority Report was really good. I really enjoyed Minority Report. You guys need to take a time when you get a chance. If you got like a Roku device or if you got like an Apple TV or whatever, look up the movies on Netflix. I don't use Netflix. I've never paid for Netflix since 2015. But try to look up the movie The Fifth Element. That is a really good movie for its time. Look up Shawshank Redemption. That's a really good movie for its time. Um, Look up One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Yeah. Um, Look up One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That's a really good movie, and it kind of gives a description of people with mental illness or faking mental illness. That's a really good movie. It's a really good interpretation of kind of what the psychiatric units kind of were like when I first went to them. They were very jealous. Um, Medication time, Nurse Ratchet. Look, I'm gonna tell you all my favorite movies in a list, and then you need to watch them. Okay, Matilda. Matilda was really good, really fucking weird. Um, Matilda, 12 Monkeys, Casino, Enemy of the State, Bad Cops, Bad Cops, Bad Boys 2, National Security. I think I said The Fifth Element. Very good movie. Resident Evil 2, really good horror movie. But I'm not really into horror. I'm kind of more of like into that kind of underground type. Oh, Fall from, I don't know what that freaking movie is called. The Descent number two has to do with caves, and I think that's really interesting. Those are really good movies, I think, in my opinion. The Descent and the Descent two. That's a really good horror film about caves and being stuck in them. I think that's a really interesting movie. Oh, a lot of movies that a lot of people don't know about. The Cube. It's called Cube. It's literally called Cube. Cube 2. And then I don't remember the next one afterwards, but all the Cube movies are good. You got to check that out. These are just the best movies that I could think of based on my own personal preference. If I had like a personal list, I would write it down. These are some of the best movies I think that were ever made. Cube Zero, I think it was Cube Zero, Cube Two. Hackers was a really fun movie for 1993 or four. I don't remember what year it came out. Hackers was really good. I really liked that movie. What's another good movie? The Matrix. All the Matrix movies were good. All of them. Red light, good for anxiety. Well, I don't know if red light's good for anxiety, but I'm just using it to make this video. Now I could go crazy and use a different color light, but it's gonna hurt. Yeah, see now green doesn't work, and blue doesn't work either. Okay, red. Yeah, red's better. Okay, so anyways, okay, so another movie that I like, and a lot of people don't know about it, probably. I don't know if they do. Um, Cop Out. Cop Out is funny as fudge. Cop Out is funny as hell to me. Taxi is funny as hell to me. Cop Out, The Fifth Element. I keep saying it because it's a really good movie. What's another really good movie? Like a really good movie. Enemy of the State, really good movie. Um, Enemy of the State, yeah, yeah. Nothing wasn't. Oh, a stupid movie by the Black Knight with Eddie, not Eddie Murphy, the other guy, but I don't know his name. Martin Lawrence. It's a stupid movie about a guy that goes back in time and gets a girl from like the 1700s or something stupid. A really stupid movie, but it was funny. Very funny movie. The Black Knight is funny to me. Um, what else? So we have The Fifth Element, we have The Black Knight, we got Resident Evil, really good fucking movies. We got Men in Black, we've definitely got, oh, The Terminator. I don't care. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Um, fucking great fucking movies. One, two, and three, good movies, man. The Terminator is probably one of the best movies I think that were ever made in history, for the simple fact that the effects, especially with the second movie, with the cop, unbeatable, unbeatable in CGI technology, and them using real. Oh, Bill and Ted, Excellent Adventure. Oh my God, such a stupid movie, but really good for its time. Bill and Ted's Friday. Friday is such a good movie. It makes me laugh my ass off. Okay, Friday was funnier than hell. Those were good movies. Funny as hell too. It'll make you laugh like a hyena. What's another movie that just makes you want to burst out laughing? Hot Tub Time Machine's really funny. Um, Will Smith, I Robot is a good movie. I Am Legend is another good movie. I loved I Am Legend. It was a little bit different, a little bit too much CGI though, in my opinion, but it was okay. Like, what's another dystopian type of movie, guys, that I haven't mentioned yet? That's like from like the early 2000s, maybe mid 2000s. Oh, The Day After Tomorrow. Those are my favorite because I like weather. I like cold weather. I like hot weather. I like tornadoes, hurricanes. The Day After Tomorrow was really good. 2012 was really good. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. That was a really funny movie to me. And then the second one, they're really funny movies to me. Guardians of the Galaxy, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Shrek, definitely Shrek. Come on now. Just because, Shrek. Shrek was great. I loved Shrek. Shrek was funny. Yeah, it's actually chilly in San Antonio. It's weird, dude. And then it'll be like 800 degrees later. Um, and the weirdest thing to me is Shrek, Shrek 2, Shrek 3, Fiona, Donkey, makes me laugh like a hyena. And you know what's funny? That show still makes me laugh. Courage the Cowardly Dog. Um, Real Monsters. I don't think you guys remember that, but Real Monsters was funny to me. Um, the Rugrats. Definitely a Rugrat action. Gotta have it. Jimmy Neutron was my favorite cartoon show, second to Courage the Cowardly Dog. For some reason, I find Courage the Cowardly Dog, for its time, to be the most futuristic cartoon of its time. It was, and what was another one? Billy and Mandy, the Grim Reaper, whatever his name is. Um, Billy and Mandy, the Powerpuff Girls were really funny. Um, Professor used plutonium, whatever the hell they called. I don't remember the name of it. I'm trying to remember of everything that I've watched that was really good to me, at least. Oh, Evolution, the movie, makes me laugh like an a-hole. I'm telling you, Evolution was a stupid movie, but it was funny. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Do you guys remember American Pie? Oh my God, such a stupid movie. And then do you guys remember Reggie Ray's Concussions to Go? I think on the Scary Movie, where the guy's like, "Oh God damn it, God damn it," and he's like saying like "God damn it" like 700 times. and it's funnier than hell. And he's like, "God damn it, Reggie Ray, can he play?" And they literally have like a counter on the scoreboard at the school that says Reggie Ray's concussions to goal. That shit right there is funny. Oh, don't get me started on Airplane. Don't get me started on Airplane, okay? Airplane 2, the sequel, funny as hell to me. Oh, and there's a movie that you guys may not know. It's from the 80s. I think it was the 80s or early 90s. I think it was the 80s. It's called War Games. Do you guys remember that movie? It's not a talked about movie, and a lot of people don't know or remember it. A lot of people from that were born in 2000 would not know this movie. It's called War Games. It's a classic movie about it's about a computer that becomes too powerful and thinks it's talking to its creator. That movie, for its time, was really good. Catch Me If You Can was another good movie. You're right. And then another one was, of course, Conair. For its time, that movie was really good. The cheesy landing in Las Vegas was pretty terrible, though, in my opinion. Con Air made me laugh. Put the bunny back in its box. Armageddon was good. Deep, dude. The movie that I think I respect the most in production was Deep Impact. That movie was really good for its time, and it was very underrated. Hold on, this thing back on the charger. Hey, get back on your charger. Get back on your charger. Thank you. Um, yeah, okay. So another movie was Deep Impact. I have a very expensive Olight. I really love my flashlight. This flashlight is very unique, and I love it. Um, so this is a marine slash fishing slash. It's not a hunting flashlight, but it's just a nice light, and it's a tactical light, but it's really nice. It's made by Olight. It's a Chinese company, but I think they made a really good flashlight, so I really like it. And I can get up to like 10 hours of 300 lumens on one charge, or 24 hours on 5 lumens, or more than 24 hours, like it's like 60, 50 hours of it. So, I mean, in an emergency situation, it would be nice to have a nice light. Okay, so, anyways, sorry. In my opinion, I really, really like the movie. Independence Day was a really good movie, in my opinion. Independence Day, I don't like number two too much, but number one was the perfect alien movie in my opinion. It was really good for its time, really good actors, really good play. Um, a lot of humor in that movie too. So I think Independence Day was a really good movie with Will Smith. Pretty much every movie with Will Smith has been funnier than hell. Another good movie with not Will Smith, but Jim Carrey, was, of course, Ace Ventura, Liar Liar. All the Ace Ventura movies were funny to me. Just stupid slapstick humor. Um, and then what was another good movie? You had Ace Ventura, you had The Pet Detective, and then you had Liar Liar, The Truman Show. That movie is really fucking weird. Whoever produced that movie did a really good job, and that was a really good movie for its time. That was a really good movie. The Shining, another really fucking psychologically fucked movie. And they really did abuse that girl. I saw the complete behind the scenes on how they produced that movie, and at some points they literally were scaring that girl, and stressing her out. I think that guy was doing it on purpose. Oh, another movie was not the Shining, but the Langoliers. Stephen King. Stephen King knows how to make movies, even though you know Stephen King has some opinions I really don't like of him. He knows how to make a fucking movie. Stephen King is probably one of the best producers of all time, in my opinion. He has to be. He's definitely up there. He knows how to make a movie. I'll tell you that right now. Um, The Children of the Corn, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That was a really good movie. What's another good movie? Oh, um, E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Another good alien movie. What was another good movie? We have E.T. the Extraterrestrial. We had Independence Day. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Mars Attacks. Another stupid movie, but it was okay. It had a lot of really high profile celebrities at the time, movie actors at the time, and it was funnier than hell. A lot of them just had a lot of humor, and it was a good movie. Stupid but good. Do you guys remember the movie The Attack of the 50-Foot Woman? I I think that was the name of it, but I don't remember 100%. It's an older movie, and then of course you had the Bandit. I don't remember the name of the movie, but it was like what was the movie? What was the movie called? The Pineapple Express. I think it was called the Pineapple Express back in the 70s or 80s or 60s. I don't remember. I think it's called the Pineapple Express. That movie's good. Um, Stuck in Time or something like that. That was another good movie back then for its time. Oh God, Oh God, Book Two or Movie Two or whatever the hell it's called. I don't know if you guys remember the movie Oh God. I think Karen might. Let me see if Karen's still here. Karen, do you do you still remember the movie Oh God? It was a stupid movie back in the 80s about God coming down and talking to people, like talking to a lunch man or whatever. Do you remember that or no? Maybe you're older, so maybe you've seen it. I don't think the younger generation even knows about these movies. Oh God, You Devil, and then obviously another movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger was Total Recall. Another fucking good movie. Oh yeah, Escape from L.A., Escape from New York were another good dystopia type movies, and I like those kind of movies. Oh yeah, don't forget. Oh yeah, the old man. Are you talking about the old man? Are you talking about the old man? George Barnes. Yeah, 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 yeah. Really nice actor too, and very calm with his words. He could play a perfect god. Oh, and the movie Defending Your Life. I don't know if you guys remember that movie. That was such a '90s movie too. But Defending Your Life. Oh, Defending Your Life was really good. Do you remember that one, Karen? Do you remember the movie Defending Your Life? Another fucking good movie, but it's underrated because it's been forgotten about. That movie was really good for its time. Really interesting and futuristic. Yeah, he was so calm. Um, Back to the Future 2, Back to the Future 3, all of them were good and funnier than hell. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Bill and Ted's Bogus Adventure. But a lot of people are kind of like on the board with this one because a lot of people don't know about this guy. What was that movie called? Where this guy's like plays like a really dumb person, kind of dumb smart, and he was at a bank and he's a janitor at a bank and he does a lot of stupid crap that like ruins the bank all the time. Do you guys remember that movie? Oh yeah, Ernest goes to jail. Ernest does this. Ernest does that. Ernest P something, and he's always like, a lot of movies they don't know about that, but like I remember these movies. They're really good too for its time. Um, of course, Escape from Alcatraz was another good movie. A lot of people don't remember that movie, but it's a really good movie. Lost in America, I don't remember that one. I remember Rat Race. I remember not what's that movie? Do you guys remember that movie? What it was called? The one where they drive in cars and they drive across the United States at a high rate of speed. Do you guys remember what that movie was called? Where they go across the United States and they're driving at a high rate of speed and somebody's trying to get somewhere the fastest to win like a prize or something stupid. I don't remember the name of that. Oh yeah, Jurassic Park, 1993. Fuck yeah, that movie was amazing. Jurassic Park. Yes, yes, of course. That I can remember. Jurassic Park was really good. Jurassic Park 2, Lost World, another good movie. I don't care what anybody says. Go fuck yourself. Jurassic Park was really good for its time. Jurassic World was really good, and then the third one, and then the other Jurassic Worlds, whatever Jurassic, whatever the hell it is. Okay, yes, it was really good. Waterworld, I don't remember that. What was that one about? I don't remember Waterworld. What the hell was that one about? But I remember. Okay, so I've listed at least 30 different movies now. What's another good movie from the 80s and 90s that I'm not um talking about? Like, what's another good movie that from the 80s and 90s? Oh gosh, it's kind of hard because I don't have a list with me. But I've told you all the movies. What the fuck is that? That windy outside? Okay, Waterworld. I don't remember that one. I do remember the 80s. I don't remember any other movies. I think that's it. If I could think of something, I would tell you, but I don't remember anything else. You look like the troll Ernest had a kiss and Ernest goes to camp. Dude, the Ernest movies were really good, okay? And he was a real nice guy in real life, too, by the way. I heard that this guy was a really nice guy in real life, and he really made his movies to make children laugh. That's what his goal in life was. I saw some of his old videos and stuff. That guy literally was a genuinely nice person. Ernest Goes to Jail was funnier than hell to me, though. What's another funny movie, guys? Oh, a movie that's not really talked about because it's kind of old now, but the younger generation won't really kind of know because they were kind of born when it was made. Um, The City of Emerald. Do you guys know that movie? It's not too old. It's from the mid 2000s, and it's very underrated in my opinion. You know, it's about a city that's under the ground after human civilization, and the generator is wearing out. They keep trying to repair it to keep the lights on, but they keep lying to the people about it being dark. There's nothing but internal darkness if that a generator goes out. That was actually Emerald, City of Emerald. I think that was called. City of Emerald. I think that's what it was called. It's a really good movie. Flubber was funny to me. I wish Robin Williams was still alive. I really do. I really miss Robin Williams. Flubber, um, Flubber was really good. And Night at the Museum needs to come back. And then another movie that I liked was what's the one guys where they're chasing uh, treasure, national treasure. Another good movie. Cop Out was funny to me. What's another movie? And like I said earlier, Taxi. The movies that are coming out today don't have the same oomph as the movies from like the early 2000s. So I'm sorry, I don't know a lot of movies that came out like 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20 that have that oomph as like the older ones did. They just don't have that oomph. Except for Guardians of the Galaxy, that's actually a pretty funny movie. Star Wars. Star Wars is pretty fucking good. I don't have the patience to watch all the movies, so I can't get into it because when they made the Star Wars movies, they didn't make them like in chronological order when they originally made it. So it's kind of hard to follow the whole Star Wars trilogy. And I don't like. A movie that you guys don't really know about. A lot of people don't know about it, but it's called the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, like a British type of movie. I loved that movie. I don't know why, but I really enjoyed it. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is kind of a stupid movie, but I liked it. Very undervalued for what it was. I think it should have had a little bit better ratings. Canadian Bacon, I've seen. Matter of fact, I don't know how old that movie is, but I've heard of it and I've seen it before, but I don't remember it. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Yes. That movie was really futuristic for its time. Very futuristic for its time. The Hunger Games were okay. Now, for horror films, I'm going to have to say The Poltergeist was scary to me. Um, The Shining wasn't really scary to me. But The Exorcist of Emily Rose was really fucked up. Uh, The Exorcist was pretty fucked. Halloween was pretty fucked. Oh, I'll give you that. What was another really scary horror? Oh, I don't remember the name. Silence of the Lambs was really good. That's a really good movie. Just in general, I mean, the cinematography of that movie was really good. I'll appreciate it very much. And this is coming from a dumb Texan, but I appreciate the cinematography of Silence of the Lambs was really fucking good for its time. Doctor Who, be honest, have you ever David Morris, you're a very weird person. Um, okay, so I would have to say, definitely for sure, Silence of the Lambs is probably up there. Um, in good movies, sure. But what other movies are good at that? Oh, Godzilla. Nobody talks about Godzilla of the 1990. I think 94 or 95 or 96. That was a really good movie for its time. No, but it was a really estimated movie for its time. The Time Machine was another good one. 30 Days of Night. Where was that movie at? Where was that movie based out of? Alaska? Wasn't that like based out of like Alaska or something? 30 Days of Night. I don't remember if it was like at a small town or oh, Silent Hill. Silent Hill is another weird movie. Yeah, Burrow, Alaska. Yeah. Yeah. 30 Days of Night. Yeah. I remember that one. That was a really fucked up movie, by the way. Talking about snow. What was that other movie based in the 90s? Alien. Oh, another good movie. All the good movies. Alien, Alien 2, Alien 3, or however many Alien movies. They were all good. All the Alien movies were really good. Very underrated, if anything. And I think all the Alien movies were really good, in my opinion. Yeah, Alien was another good movie from the 70s and 80s. Very underrated, and that's the reason why I love Alien Isolation. Very good game to play. It was a real good game to play. What was another one? What was another one? Alien Isolation was great. Um, Alien movies were really good. Okay, so The Godfather. Oh hell yeah! I'm gonna say hell yeah on that one. The Godfather Part Two. Hell yeah! Very good movies of its time. Very good movies. Um, what's that stupid movie, guys? With that stupid dentist. Another good movie. It was kind of like based in Canada. But it's an American movie, but the guy was in Canada and he's a dentist, and he has this wife that keeps trying to end him to get money from him. I forgot the name of it. The whole 9 yards, I think it was. That was a really good movie with the guy that played in The Fifth Element. I forgot Bruce Willis, and a funny actor. I forgot his name, but he's a really funny dude. Uh, The whole 9 yards. Or something like that. I don't remember if that's the name of it, but it was funnier than hell. Very not talked about movie, but it was funny, and it was a really funny movie for its time. I can't think of any other movies though. I mean, I can't really. I think that's about it. I mean, in the movie category, all the alien movies. Yes, the whole 9 yards. Yeah, it's a funny movie. Stupid movie, but it was funny. Bruce Willis, dude. Bruce Willis, dude, has been my movie father figure. I'm sorry, but Bruce Willis makes me laugh like a hyena, and he's also plays very serious movies too, which I like. I respect his acting career. He's a really excellent actor, and he's not like an abusive actor like some of them. He genuinely is a good actor, and I've never seen Bruce Willis ever be like a bad actor. Not, I've never seen it. Um, Bruce Willis is a really good actor, and sometimes in some of his movies it feels real, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, Die Hard, of course. All the Die Hard movies with Bruce Willis, fucking epic. Okay, epic movie. Like I don't care what anybody says, Die Hard movies were really good. Of course, you got Speed with the bus. If you get off the bus and it slows down below 55, kaboom. That was another good movie. Oh, oh. Ghostbusters. Go. All the Ghostbuster films were funnier than hell and good. But the you know what movie I like the most? Listen, the movie I like the most as one of my favorites of all time. Phone Booth. That movie was really good for its time. Phone Booth. Do you guys remember that movie? That movie was a really, really good movie for its time. What's the saying on Phone Booth? You never know who's going to be on the other side of that phone call. I forgot what the saying is of the guy, the sharpshooter, that had the sniper rifle on the phone booth. But that guy right there, that movie was so underrated. It's ridiculous how underrated that movie was. You've never heard of Phone Booth? You've never heard of Phone Booth? Well, that's crazy that you've never heard of Phone Booth. That movie has me on the edge of my seat even to this day, bro. Even to this day, I loved that movie. That movie is highly underrated, highly undervalued in my opinion, and the actor playing that role of the shooter is one of the best actors I have ever seen in my life. Karen, when you watch that movie, come back to me in the future, like come on my latest video and leave a comment after you watch the video Phone Booth. If you have to go crazy, just buy the movie on like Google Play or Amazon or whatever. Like actually buy the movie. Trust me. When you watch it, you're gonna want to buy it. So just buy the movie. It's probably not that expensive for standard definition. So I would actually buy the movie because it would, trust me, it's a good movie. It's not something that you're gonna watch like a million times, but like once or twice a year you might want to watch it because it's just a really good movie. Yeah. So Karen, do me a favor. After you watch that movie, kind of leave a comment on any live streams or videos that I've uploaded and tell me how that movie went for you. Because I think that was one of the best movies. It was in New York City, and I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's a really fucking good movie. And I wish they would have made a phone booth number two. I think they should have kept this movie going on. Don't pretend that you're Karen's friend. Some weird people on my channel. But like I said, the best thing that you can do is watch Phone Booth. That was a really good movie, and Casino Royale was really good. The Mummy was another good. I mean, I have so many good movies that like a list. I need to make a list of every single good movie that I've watched over the years. The Mummy, The Mummy Returns. was pretty good. And that's about it. That's all I want to say. But anyways, I'm gonna end this live stream, and I'm gonna say have a good day to you guys. I really wanted to talk about the Earth, the universe, some movies, the current divide in our country. Karen, I'm gonna say this right now, and I'm gonna say this with everything. We really need to come together as a species, or our species is going to die. Like, we're not going to be here much longer. The people that want the most power in our world are going to end up destroying what's left of the human race if they continue on their path of destruction. And this has been going on for over 100 years. It's really sad. It really is when you think about it. At the end of the day, it's really sad that they could do that to us at the end of the day. Anyways, take care. Bye, guys, and have a wonderful day, okay? I'll make more videos. Take care, guys. Bye.